Oh, seriously? Hey everyone, just trying to get a bit of a quick clean up here before I get started with the 1502. That was just a iPhone 5S that's come in, liquid damage. Unfortunately, it's given me the red screen of death, and I can't quite find out why it's doing the red screen of death at the moment. I've checked the I2C lines, I've checked the compass, I've checked a whole bunch of things, and it's still giving me red screen of death. And so even ultrasonicked it, and came out a bit cleaner, but still red screen of death. And the worst thing is, if you let it keep going on that red screen, eventually it'll probably go blue screen, and then that's when you've lost everything for sure. Okay. Hey Oli. Ooh, wow, everybody's jumped in real quick here. Justin, Tim, Oli, Kitson rather, Primus, Warning, One to Make, Alexi, Peter S, Justin, Sam, Pedro, g'day, how's it going? Lodum, Travis, Cosmin, and yeah, hello. Pianov's here. Oh, g'day, and Margarita, everybody. Ulf Eriksson, rightio. Hey, Martin Bolter, Plymouth, Firephone. So yeah, it's who knows what I'm going to do about. Please use keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Current keyframes are not what? Weird. Okay, YouTube's complaining about one of my settings on Open Broadcaster, something I've never actually personally adjusted. It's saying that the keyframes seem to be a little bit too long. Not sure what to think of that. I didn't even know I had a choice. Video. Please use key open widget. Not sure what to think of that. Oh well. As long as it's working okay. Nikita Net, Gaz, Martin van Mannen. Likely an error of YouTube. Let it settle. Max interval time is 2 seconds. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Normally it comes up that sort of alert when it's not getting enough data, but this one is actually strange. It might be because whoops, cancel. Pardon me. It might be because I've got it set on the lowest latency I can, so that the delay between me talking and you actually getting the video is minimized. Because it seems to be a bit of a dilemma that pops up a lot. So you try to tell me something and that's 30 seconds in the past for me. Hey Gary Dutton, how's it going? Okay, let's get the sticker on that. What have we got here? Hey JV. How do you remove those work stickers when you finish? They're not Rossmann stickers, so they can come off. You just peel them off. And I actually leave them on the machine, and the customer can peel it off if they want. Some customers like to keep them on there. But they're just simply Dymo printer dymo labels, so they can come off comparatively easily. I think the longer you leave them on there, though, they do get a little bit sticky. Hey, Catherine. Is the cost of repair equivalent to the price of a new motherboard? It varies, Justin. A true new motherboard, cost of repair is substantially less. A refurbished board, sometimes it's about the same, because you don't know half the time with the refurbished boards. Hey, Jim Hook. Okay, so this got inundated with a molten banana. Yes, I know, that sounds very strange, but yes, molten banana. Well, what happened is it was in a backpack, and someone left a banana in there. And of course, you know what bananas are like. They love to go all smushy and mushy and yucky. Amazingly, I can't really smell it. Normally I'm very quick to pick that up, but maybe when we heat it up it'll start smelling like banana bread. The battery pack has been punctured. It's got 2 or 3 little nicks in it. And this seems like some sort of a rebuild. We've got stickers here and here. The vulnerable, ever-breaking security stickers, which no one ever bothers to look at. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this straight out. No point. Oh, what the... What was there? There's a void or something there. Normally, oh yeah, there should be a screw there and a panel that goes across both. That's right. This is 2015 model. Hey Tony. No, this was... I've no reason not to believe that this happened. Seems legit to me. Victor, Nihama. Victor, I've been very bad and have not been practicing lately. I've been focused on my financials. I have to get my financial records all sorted out so I can go to the bank and get my home loan. So, which is silly because it's only a 5 or 10 minute process for me to do my practice, but I just seem to keep putting it off. Combat, this is in addition to tax. Funnily enough, I won't be doing my tax for this year until after I've done my loan application. And that's why I have to do the financials, so that the bank has a profit loss statement, things like that, to gauge on whether they want to give me the loan or not. Did the banana explode on a Sunday? I'm not sure. It could have been, instead, they did it on a Friday. And it splattered everywhere. Okay, missing screw there. Just got to get this flex out. Flex. I don't know if this is a rebuild or... Yeah, I just don't know what this is. The stickers would implicate it being a rebuild. But there's a lot of unusual damage here. Ooh, okay, we do not have an SSD. Make sure I don't forget that, else I'm going to panic. Okay, there is our banana damage. Oh, now I'm smelling it. It's not so pretty. Ooh-wee. Is ripe. Yeah, that's probably going to need a keyboard replacement, unquestionably. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I think it's 4924, 2015. Of course it is. We'll update the database. Alright. I just changed the hard drive, the storage hard drive in this machine. I've pushed it up to 4 terabyte. It's an old 4 terabyte that I had to replace for a customer because I plugged it into a motherboard, and the motherboard, something went, what was it, oh that's right, yeah. I plugged a graphics card into the main board, powered it up, and everything just went and basically took out a couple of 4 terabyte drives, as well as a few other things. And so obviously I had to replace them. Thankfully, it was just the TVS diodes that did their job, but it was terrifying nonetheless. And of course, 4 terabyte drives aren't the cheapest. You got some pick out damage there. Yeah, that's, someone got a bit violent there. I don't understand what this is. It looks like it's probably a sticker of some sort. Maybe another one of those pointless security stickers. Yeah, this is a battle between a banana and apple. An apple. Well, all of this unquestionably has to go and get cleaned out in the ultrasonic. I'm kind of wondering how much what the flippity flip. Okay, we got banana damage, but this is not banana damage. This is someone's god-awful attempt at rework. This happened before the banana. So yeah, it's a refurb board, which is answering to the question that was asked earlier about the costs between repairing the board versus replacing the board. It's like, if you repair it properly, it's fine. But if you buy a replacement board, particularly if you buy it from places like eBay, then this is what you're going to end up with. This sort of awfulness. And that sort of awfulness. That's truly awful. Ugh. Cajun style, yeah, it would appear. I don't think it is running. Okay, let's make some banana bread. Have you ever had a customer forget their laptop knock? Oh gosh, yes. I've got a couple sitting in the workshop archive room that haven't been collected for about 4 years now. And one day they're going to meet with an accident. Oh, looks like I missed that. Mark Bianco, thank you. Oh, come on. Where's my... Ah, there they are. Oh, I'm on iPhone level. Hey, what? I mean, I know there's banana damage, but this is far more than just banana. I mean, the fact that that capacitor alone is poking up like that tells me that this is not from the banana. This is just from a complete crapfest of a rework job. And this is why eBay rework boards are things you should avoid, absolutely. So if you're comparing prices and you go, I can get a board from eBay for the price that you're charging for a repair, then this is what you're going to get. Victor Ala banana bread. Interesting that that's got mian in there for noodles. Why has it got noodle symbol in there? Or does that mean sort of like flour based or bread? Oh, we all dream of being 29 again. Hit that reset button and have a do-over. Heavy Monday indeed. Because of the bread. Okay, cool. Thanks, Victor. At least I'm learning something here when I'm not doing my research. Let's see, what do we want? We're gonna use some 80-20 because the banana will have a fairly decent water-soluble content. Makes me wonder whether I should actually... This is one of the few times maybe ultrasonic at first wouldn't have been a bad idea. Let's boo. Damn it. I don't know that one, Victor. I'm gonna have to translate that later. Actually, I don't have to. I can do it now. Google's an amazing thing, though. You are welcome. Aha. I should actually know that. I know we've covered that before. Thank you, Victor. This is just going to be vile. It's like I'm going to soak it in water or something. How are your kittens? Oh, they're good. Expensive last week, but they're good this week so far. Doing dental work on your cats is sometimes more expensive than getting them desexed. Actually, it's no thank you. Did I mistranslate that? No need to thank. Thanks, no thanks, different from no thanks. I've got the Wikipedia page up here, Wiktionary, so I'll have a look at that. Chinese phrase book Wiktionary. How neat is that you can do that in this day and age? And this is our ISL. That's like one of the key parts of getting started. Let's see where else our river of banana juice has gone. I'd say if we're going to have any problems, it's going to be in those ISL areas. Tom George, I had to put down industrial temperature controller today. PCB looked like corroded insides of an Apple laptop. What got into it? Was it just normal wear and tear for that particular area that was being used, or was something broke down and got into it? Oh no, do not remind me about those banana plastic carriers. What about the buying fruit in the store in plastic containers? It's ridiculous. Ow! Damn it, just... yeah, there's some... You want some banana smoothie? I'm glad that my ultrasonic tank is actually getting to the point where it needs to be redone, because I would not like to actually do this in a fresh tank of ultrasonic cleaning fluid, because it would pretty much ruin it. Exactly, Pedro. There. Nick Vasey, banana juice and pulp all over it. It was in a control panel beside a conveyor at a chocolate factory. A bit of humidity. Ugh. That's one very dead USB. Really? Yeah, I think we might have to actually throw this one in the ultrasonic first. I don't like the chances of those ports. I think if this is going to survive, it's going to be a case of it's got... Yeah, I don't know. I do not want to be trying to change those ports. I'm sorry to say, but it's just one of those things that you don't really... It's not a very easy or effective thing to do. The USB maybe just, but the display port, the Thunderbolt, not a chance. Yuck. Alright. Hey India Mara, how's it going? It's also missing the little black plastic nubs that go on the top here. Zaijian. I'm thinking 3 minutes aside. Actually, I'll just better clean up this here. While we're waiting for that, we'll have a look over the iPhone 5S. See if we've got half a chance at all of trying to solve the red screen of death on it. Like I said, I'm fearing it's a goner, and I'm not up to the skill level of people like Chris Long or Bill down at A1 Mobile Repairs to be able to do these things. Ooh, yeah, nice and damn it. Crap. Here we go. So this has got the red screen of death. It had liquid damage. It has been ultrasonicked. Now, usually with red screen of death, from what I understand, it's usually issues with the I2C pull-ups and things like that, but these are all measuring just fine. The only spot of corrosion was here, but that is with the power, the lock button up the top of the screen. this one here up the top. Can you unlock a locked MacBook Pro 2019? I haven't tried. But there was corrosion damage down here, but again that shouldn't have been a problem. It's all cleaned up. It's very frustrating when you're trying to fix things and all the obvious options are gone. Like I've already taken the compass chip off, which is on the other side. There's nothing really else up here that I could see. It's all very clean. The corrosion doesn't really start until around about... That's not corrosion, that's just junk. It got up to about this level here, so you can see on those end caps, and they've been cleaned up as well. So I'm really at a loss as to what to do. There was a little cap here that's on 1v8, I think it was. It's not essential by any means. And then we had some more corrosion here and here. Did you check it out? Yes, I have checked it after ultrasonic. Noise has stopped. Time to flip it. Where's my tweezers? So these are my board tweezers. So flip the board over. There we go again. DJ Flex looks like a CFX445 issue. What is that? CFX. Don't have a CFX anything on this. 445. And I don't have any 445s. It's an iPhone 5S. In case anyone wants to give me a nice bit of guidance. So if there's going to be any corrosion under a chip, it would be perhaps under here. But again, this is RF section, so it shouldn't actually have any influence. There's a little more down here, but that's looks fine. It's just a bit greyed out. It's not actually disconnected. So I'm suffering. I don't know what's causing this, and from what I can gather, if it's not one of the obvious ones, then most of the time these phones just die. Eventually, after a sufficient number of red screen events, they become blue screen, and then that's it, the end of the... Hey, Creative Visuals. I dropped a 5S, mouse. Tell you what, Mara, I've got quite a lot of 5S's here. It's just unfortunate that I can't find the fault with this one. I mean, I can't find what's causing it. But like I said, it's not unusual, it seems, with the 5S and the red screen of death to not be able to fix it. But I would like to be able to fix it. It's like, maybe I'm just missing one incy-wincy little resistor that's just not playing ball. And I've tried it with everything disconnected, of course. Creative Visuals, did you message me today about the 1708? I think, oh no, 1932? Or was that someone else from New Zealand, I suspect? Yeah. I mean, this wouldn't even make sense anyway. I don't think that's anything particular. just a bunch of caps. Oh, Jesus. Oh, good, we're done. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, I need to clean up this bench area. Yet again, I've run out of space because when I tore apart the computer to put the new 4TB in, I just threw everything around. I was smart enough this time. I put a caddy onto the computer, so now I can just hot swap it, which will make life a little bit easier in the future. Still, 4TB. That's about a month and a half of continuous video recording that I can think of. This is why I hate using tongs. Isn't so bad when your cleaning fluid is actually translucent. But once you start getting to the phase with the ultrasonic where your cleaning fluid is opaque, which is what it is now, you don't know where to stick your tongs. I'm just washing it there with water. Shake it off. Thank you very much, Taylor Swift. Hey Mark, rescue. Let's have a look at how awful this is now. Yeah. Let's have a look at the end-ons. Yeah, that USB socket's really going to need some love and care. Okay, we'll pick that junk out now before we stick it into the ultrasonic, into the oven, because as you can imagine, you stick it into the oven, that's going to become baked banana bread, and we don't want that. That is vile and disgusting. You can't see it. Good thing. Okay. Delicious. It's got some nice copper dosage in there too. Very nice. It's nauseating, man. Can't imagine that'd be very healthy to ingest anymore. Actually, I need my Grim Reaper. There we go. Grim Reaper to the rescue. So what's going on there? I didn't realise that they had little protrusions on the side. First time I've seen that. Amazingly, that yeah, look at that. That just. I think a lot of this will come off in the second oven. Blah 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 blah. The second ultrasonic. We'll give that a bit of a toothbrushing. I actually might even throw some contact cleaner in there. Oh, forgot, I'm in a closed room. Well, it's actually not the worst I've seen, so, you know, that's pretty amazing considering... Yeah, those contacts don't look great, but they are still possibly intact. Alright, let's stick this in the drying oven and see what happens. What's all this trash here? Oh, that's the... Let's have a look at the ISL area. Wrong one, that's the TPS. There's going to be a fair bit of touching up and repair work. You can see a lot of those caps and resistors. You can see all the solder's been eaten away and some of the caps have lifted. So yeah, we've got a bit of work ahead of us. Well, into the oven and let it have its dry off phase. Yeah. Press start, and start it is. Okay. So I don't know what to do about this 5S. I'm kind of thinking maybe it can't be repaired. Or maybe it can, but I'm not sure what to look for. I'm going to have to seek out some more intelligent people, perhaps. Hey PC, vitamins? You're the iPhone dude, alright. What the heck's wrong with that 5S? I've checked the I2Cs. It's had a bit of corrosion, I've ultrasonicked it. And it's still giving me red screen of death. And that's with everything disconnected, of course. Yeah, this is a iPhone 7 audio IC fault. I might just prep it while I'm waiting for the A1502 to come out. Replace NAND. There's no long screw. I can't really replace the NAND because they want the data. So, kind of up the creek there. I have seen a minor level of people referring to NAND, but I don't know. What I'm worried about is how many more shots I've got of booting it before it flips over and becomes a blue screen or corrupted data scenario. So it makes it a little bit tricky because I don't want to leave it running just so I can measure voltages at the risk of it because it just keeps looping. Moving in, iPad Pro, placing down. But then, like I said, I don't get my data, and data's the only thing that matters in this scenario. Person doesn't care about the phone as such. It was a liquid damage, if that sways your opinion any differently. Man, this battery's fat ass. This person here became a victim of, well, someone scammed him. They sold him this iPhone 7 and it probably most likely had indications that it was audio IC fault before they sold it. Wow, someone's really torqued these screws down too. It's been manhandled by a 10-minute tech. Thankfully managed to get that out. When a tri-wing strips on the head, it's not a lot of fun. If you're wondering why the fan is going up and down in speed, it's because the load on the power network being incurred by the drying oven. I probably won't be doing this one tonight. Okay, something looks funny under there, but I think it could just be my imagination. This one came up, you could get the voice recorder up and the record button would show, but when you pressed it, nothing would happen. I need my glasses. Yes, I have, James. It was a pristine phone, never been opened before. But yeah, I was hoping for long screw damage. Kind of makes me think though, with long screw damage causing the red, which traces or which network lines is it that actually causes that? Maybe that might give me a hint as to what to go look for. Then again, no doubt red screen of death is probably just a generic error. I'm gonna forget where that screw goes. I just know it. I always forget to push the SIM pin back, and so I sit here for a couple of minutes wondering why the board won't come out. Oops, I forgot the mystery hidden FPC flex down here. There we go. The battery's going to need replacing. That's puffing up. Did you buy the air cleaning machine? You mean the filter? No, I made my own filter. And I made my own drying oven too. We got liquid damage on this. Hey, what's the bet that this has already had the audio IC done on it? What's the bet? Taking all bets on the audio IC already being done. Hello, Pilot Dim. Yeah, exactly. It's so I'm thinking someone's already been here. It's a darker color. It doesn't have the same reflectivity. Okay, well, I'll say that that hasn't been replaced. But something has been done in here, and I don't know what now. Because that is that's pretty damn clean in there. And there's no, yeah, you can't see any bridging going on there, no wires or anything. So what was done? I don't know. This one looks original. It's got a fingerprint on it. Mr. Bread, I am the yeast that gets you rising in the morning. I don't know, that's a pretty stupid thing to say. I don't know. I'm me. Okay, what is this stuff? Let's have a look at the inside of that chassis a bit, because there's some weirdness going on here. It doesn't look touched. There's something... Yeah, we've had liquid in here. I don't know what it is. It has the feel of being a remanufactured phone. Oh, look, a free screw. What are you, a screen edge? Okay, so that's been paint colored. That's not rust. That is marker pen. Yep, they've all got marker pen on it. Look at this. So they've all got this marker pen stuff. Betcha the earpiece is choked. Yep, nice. They should have still been able to hear out of that though. This is your eBay new refurbished phone. Hey Catherine, oh thank you very much. Catnip of toys for the kiddies. Did you already measure the volts of the audio speaker? Nope. No, I haven't. The only thing I did was I tried to do a voice recording and it would come up and I'd try to press the button and nothing would happen. And given that the iPhone 7 is well known for audio IC issues, I pretty much took the assumption that it was probably going to be audio IC. Can you clean it with alcohol? The earpiece is easy, yeah. Yeah, I've got a video on it, but earpieces are dead easy to clean out usually. I should try these new twizzle sticks though, these should make it even more interesting. Okay, get some 80/20. Smush it all in there. Sometimes it's just too ugly and you gotta replace the whole grill, but sometimes you can get it to come up good. What doesn't help is when they've got flippin' screen protectors on. Makes it hard for you to get into the grooves. It's actually surprisingly we've got only about 3 minutes left of the drying process. Realistically, I'm being stupid here because I can just take the speaker off the other side and blow this out. But for a lot of people who don't want to open up the iPhones, then using cotton bud and some methylated spirits or 80/20 mix, they can usually clear it out enough that they can use it again, and as long as they haven't drowned it, there's no reason it shouldn't work again. We're starting to get some clearance now. I'm waiting for someone to be dumb and just use water or detergent, and then I'll be in trouble. I'm actually not sure what it is that they've got here, because it's not behaving like normal. Most common sort of thing you get is like earwax or skin and things like that, but this is like some other kind of secretion altogether. That end bit there is just adhesive. Yeah, I think we'll just, in this case, we'll just take the back off and blow it through. I'm not sure what it was, but it was quite gooey. Earwax is generally not like that. Or skin cells for that matter. That was pure alcohol, not not any sort of water variant of it. Didn't do diddly squat. I think I just have to put a whole new element in there. That is nasty. We'll just take that out, put a whole new element in. Camera's been abused. Let's see. I'm just warming up the top of the camera so I can get that flex off. Okay. What a mess. We can go in the bin. Ow, ow, oh. Hot. Okay, our banana bread's baked. Unity Amara, the iPhone 7's not bad as long as you get the audio IC fixed. The iPhone 7 Plus seems to be pretty good, but the 8 is probably more robust overall. The downside of the 8, of course, is that it's got the glass back, so whereas the 7 has the metal. That's a pretty hot board. It strange enough does not smell like burnt banana at this point. Yeah, we've got a lot of janitizing to do. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be tedious and fun. So just after we've cleaned it all up, we now immerse it yet again with junk. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if anything actually takes or whether we're going to have to completely redo things. I'm worried about the end caps on the resistors. Not sure if they're going to actually really take solder. I mean, they seem to lightly, but you want to have something a little more than just lightly taking solder. You want to be convinced that it's a good connection. Is that TP burnt out? TP? What, test point? Well, this one is. This one could be dubious and not making a proper connection, so I'll have to check that. There's lots of dubious stuff here. Honestly, no, I can't do it. I've got to clean sweep this whole area. I'm sorry. It's just those end caps on the parts. I can just see they're gonna degrade and fall off, and then I'm gonna get in trouble. And I don't like being in trouble. And it's time I switch back to my 9mm nozzle. Hey James Ewing. Alright, so this is going to be a pretty big sweep. Ew, now that is banana. Yep, actually smelled like banana bread then. I think we're close enough. Is there a wrong description in the black bar? Probably. Probably. Let's fix that up. There we go. Hey Kevin, yeah, we've got ourselves one of those long janitorial clean-up jobs. Kind of like cleaning up the streets after a Mardi Gras. Lots of vomit and all sorts of things everywhere. Yeah, that's a break there from that resistor. That's not a connection. There you go, see? Broken through, so we'll have to run that trace. There's definitely why it's easier sometimes to just do it like this. Clean sweep everything. Get a nice fresh look at everything. Oh no, Mal, I've got professional thumbs downers that come and visit me. There are people who their sole job is when they wake up in the morning, check to see if I've done a live stream or uploaded a video, and then go and make sure they thumbs down it. They're idiots though, because they really should learn to thumbs down twice to make sure it really sticks. Hey Prater, Skotech. Don't forget the IC of the suspect legs. Which one? There's a couple of them. That one's fine. Maybe meaning the other area. We've still got to get to the other chip yet. The internet is the asylum. Yeah, we've got some undercutting in this on that pad there, so I'm gonna have to lift the chip up. And I also need to blow my nose, so we're going to turn off the sound. Better hope to God that I don't have any bats flying out of my nose. Good thing I'm wearing green gloves, and that way, you know, no one will notice the difference. Are you using Chinesium AMTech flux? No, this is genuine stuff. Genuine homemade Rossmann flux. Direct from the source. Are you reluctant to come up, buddy? Come on. Yeah, I was having a good old think about that. Try to get in, and while I've still got some heat in the board before it gets sapped out. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Alright, looking satisfactory now. Bats aren't green, they are when they come out of my nose. Pretty sure we've lost one of those pads or traces, so we're going to have to... Yeah, that one there's dubious. This one's probably okay, but we're basically going to have to run directly across. They're the current sense pair. Hey, Tonstar. Actually maybe they are intact, but even still, as a precautionary measure, no harm in running some extra traces over them. Hey Skotech, your stream is most of the time on a 55-inch screen at my work. Last week the boss asked, "What's that? Just a bearded dude for education purposes." Oh, fair enough. Is that a fiberglass probe scratching surface traces? No, nope. That was a bamboo stick. As long as your boss is happy with it. This knife blade is actually... I need to replace it. Yeah, it doesn't take much to dull them. A lot of the time what it is you actually lose the extreme tip off them. And then you just don't have that cutting action that you used to have. Yeah, this is much nicer once you've got a fresh tip. You feel like you've actually got some control over the debridement process. Looking at these, I think I can probably just run solder over them, and that should provide, mind you, that's a pretty narrow neck there. There's not a lot of current going across this. It is only a sense line, which means it's like picoamps of power being current going across. But yeah, okay, I'll put down little traces, but I'll put them down after I've put the chip back down and all the parts. But yeah, these are little bamboo sticks, which actually can be used for abrasive purposes if you need. Oh, that's a pretty colour. Hey, Tony McPants. Just got home, work. My daughter hands me an iPhone 7, so I feel warm, really warm to touch. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure what would cause that. A lot of things. Titanium solder. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, it's funny. People say, yeah, people like pin through, but I actually hate pin through. I love surface mount much more than pin through. Pin through is a pain to me because you got to keep flipping the board, and everything's so big. I'm much happier since surface mount came to dominate the world. Alright, let's get ourselves a replacement chip and all the associated goodies. What is it, 4924? Thankfully I've got a fair number of 4924s on hand. And which means I'm going to bring out 3476s instead now. Because I just taunted the universe. Universe, you getting smart with me, boy? You getting smart? Let me give you something to get smart about. $34.76, $34.76, $34.76, $34.76. $49.24. Take that, universe. Gotcha. Oh no, ISL on that one. Scumbucket. Ah. Yeah, this one's okay. It's a little messed up, but... Wait, no, that's the wrong area. That's the other area we've got to work on. This is the... And that's one messed up chip, and it looks like the universe is getting its way with me. Alright, all the discretes are on here, so we'll use this for the discretes. And we'll use another one for the ISL. We'll just pick any old random board because ISLs are on basically everything. Hello ISL. You got a couple of little chips out the side, but you're actually probably going to be okay. So unfortunately that doesn't look critical, it's more of like just a bit of an abrasive effect. It's not like it's cracked it through the core or anything like that. stick that on some old flux, just to get to stick, stay where it's meant to. Let's drop some new flux on, and then puff up those pads a little bit. Hey ZX, how's it going? HDMI ports are still a pain in the butt. I was saying the other night, the biggest thing I hate about HDMI standard is the fact that they really failed to account for just how heavy how much load is imposed on those cable connections. And so we're just constantly getting the sockets being destroyed on boards. That's a bit too much solder on that pad, but we'll get around it. Nick 460, I'm not sure where she is at the moment. Well, she'll be in the other half of the house. She might be busy doing her writing or something. That pad's... Okay, that's better. Yeah, she'll be busy doing her writing and looking after the fur kids while I'm down here. Maybe she's up there making banana bread for me. What genre does she write? A bit of everything, really. Though she does tend... Yeah, I'm going to let her answer that one day, not me. I'll get it wrong, and then I'll be in trouble. And then I'll have to do more covers to make up for the fact that I was wrong. Probably enough solder there to make what I need to work. Yeah, writers have got it right. 99.9% of writers have no trouble with ideas. Most of them have got far too many ideas of what they want to write, and not enough days in their lives to get all of that stuff written. So if you ever go to a writer and say, I've got a great story idea for you and you can have the proceeds, just don't be surprised if they look at you as if to go, because honestly, most of a writer's battle is trying to stick to one idea and get it written, because there's always a million ideas going through their heads, stories that just pop out of nowhere, and they'll write down notes for it in their little notebook or something like that so they can come back to it later. A writer is never short of things to write. At least not, most sort of creative writing types, as opposed to, you do get some people who are like professional biographers, things like that. That's different. Same game developers? Yeah, pretty much, yep. I'm lost. No, there I am. Yeah, so believe me, when you go up to someone and make suggestions like that, you're not doing them any favours whatsoever. In fact, you're you're frustrating them too, because if they should ever happen to have something already in their archives along those lines, and if they should ever happen to write it, and you will go along and think, I told you that story, you stole that from me. And it's like, no, we already had it for many years. It's just purely coincidental. So go jump off a cliff or something. I mean, writers do steal things in terms of literature and all that, but not overall story ideas usually. Mostly it's just like little snippets, perfectly worded sentences or phrases, things like that. And believe me, they agonize over that stuff. They're like, oh no, I got 3 words that is used by some other famous writer, but it's just so perfect. Will I get demonetized by using those 3 words in a 50,000 word book or a 100,000 word book? Yep, this is the stuff that I deal with on a regular basis. Ah, 18 ports. What? Who's doing 18 ports? She writes the life. HDMI ports. 18. Oh, HDMI ports in a day. That is crazy. All on the same. All the same thing or different equipment? What have we got going on here? Okay, my wife just said that I deal with drama. So, yes. So, looks like there's a bit of surreptitious behaviour going on here. Ah, crud. Yeah. It's a dangerous world I live in, my friends. Yeah, I know this is a bit of tedium going back and forth, but I don't want to do any large block transfers at any given time at the moment. I wonder if I'm being watched on the big screen TV or whether on the laptop. Ow, getting hot. Tell you one frustrating thing about living in this town is that we don't have any good 24-hour food spots really. Like I'm watching a show last night, what was it? Justified. And the bastards had spicy fried chicken. Now if I was living in a civilized town, or more civilized town, I'd be able to, at 1 o'clock in the morning, go get myself some spicy fried chicken. But no, not here, no siree. And even in the daytime, there's no spicy fried chicken place here anyway. I have to make it myself. What is this, the Middle Ages? Making food for yourself? Come on. Thought that was what peasants did. Tastes better homemade and cheaper. You gotta actually have the ingredients. Travis Stamper, you live in justified country, or Kentucky, or somewhere closer to where they did it. I think Chris Long's in Kentucky too. Which kind of surprises me. Didn't expect such a human being to live in such a place. Alright, where's this other one? I've got a... Okay, so I've got another resistor and then the cap off to the left. It's tricky when you do this sort of rework because the test pads start looking like component pads, when obviously they're not. And it's not unusual to inadvertently put a component incorrectly offset by one pad or something like that. And if you don't video the sort of work, if you don't video the work that you're doing, it can be very difficult to recover from that. Have you seen The Boys? I have not. I've got important messages to do here, so just bear with me. There should be a cap there, shouldn't there? Yes sirree, there's a cap there. If the cap wasn't there, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it would result in some instability. Stealing the flux. Should we become neighbours with my friends? Huh? I mean, friends with my neighbours. No, no, no. Oh, yummy steak. Oh dear. I'm being taunted. Okay, so we still got to run the wire here. That shouldn't be any major drama. We can just use a standard piece of exposed wire for that. And then we've got to go down to the TPS and work on the TPS, which is going to be much the same crap. And after all this, we don't even know if it's going to even work. Such is the joy of doing this kind of work. You sort of do it on the assumption that you're going to have a win, but, well, that's by no means a guarantee. Oh, that's smart, Paul. Use a micro pencil on a flippin' heavy duty current part. That's super smart. Let's give it some assist. And they're like, ooh, the micro pencil works nicely. Very much cheating, but it works. Yeah, it'd be more like gasoline chicken, that'd be about right. Yeah, we've got pretty colours here. We're just going to take trustworthy silver, and we don't need the cat hair. That would probably be Mia's cat hair. Mia is our butterscotch long hair. She's got attitude, that girl. Someone jumps up on the table next to her and she doesn't want that. She's like, If you're not paying her enough attention, she reaches out from the shelf to grab you as you go past. She like claws onto you, pulls you in, and lets you know that she wants to be fed or wants a scratch or whatever. And she's constantly sitting on my office chair downstairs. It's her chair. She just lets me use it. It's very nice of her. A bit problematic at times though. Yeah, we're not going to follow this exactly, but can't be a complete win. Oh, come on, that's not even close to exact. That's Mr. Magoo bad. Alright. It's like me trying to write a novel. I'll start the story with the and finish with end. The end. That's my novel. I'm not very good at writing novels. Heck, I can't even tell a movie plot or anything like that. I always botch it up. I'll just botch that up too, see? Yeah, some people are just innately capable of telling good stories. Not so much me. At least not in that manner. I tell better stories when I'm trying to keep myself out of trouble. So no, babe, I didn't spend an extra $1,000 on computer equipment that I didn't need on a new multimeter. I wouldn't do that. And it's true, I wouldn't. It was only a $300 meter. Oh, that's a really shonky job. I'm disappointed in myself. Are you able to rent the chair? Yeah. Fortunately, Mia doesn't eat greenies, but she has her other demands. Yeah, I don't have an expansion joint in there anymore. That's under tension, which is not a good thing. I admit I'm a little sus about the quality of this 20 milliohm resistor, or yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 20 milliohm. Yeah, I'm a little sus about it. Paint it green, they'll fix it. Solution to everything, eh? Alright, so that's that covered. I'll have a look in on these later, but I think those blobs pretty much have given me enough margin of safety. Now we get to the next one. Unfortunately, the TPS isn't as bad. It mostly looks like it's, we've got one pad there a bit messed up. Or was it just junk? It's just more of this section here. Oh, we forgot about the other test point near the ISL. That's because that was just a dead-end test point. It doesn't carry through to anything. It's just pops out and that's the end of it. There's no veer under it or anything. So that's how I can just leave that one alone. I think we're good. Steve K, I was going to have another look at them when I'm done with this. I think they're good enough that they can hold. Now that they've... Like I said, I'll have a look at it after I've done it. Probably after I've actually ultrasonicked it. Let's do this side one more time. I'll go back and have a look at the test pad you're looking at, just to make sure you're thinking of the same one that I'm thinking of. I think we've got a broken trace there. Sure. So Corey and Co, you're referring to this one here, because that's just a dead end. Yeah, it's just simply something they pushed out, but there's no veer under that or anything like that. It's just the veer probably sits underneath the pad itself. Funnily enough, I would have preferred it that the veers are out here rather than under the component, but that's the way they design these sometimes. Not always, but often enough. Yeah. So we're just going to see if this... Applying force with a micro pencil is probably not the smartest thing to do. It's like, hey, let me just ruin this $100 tip. Why not? I do wish with veers though that they put them put them out from the main trace, because if they did that, when the veers do die, because they're exposed, the main trace still is good. You know, it doesn't get eaten out. Need some flux and assistive heat there. The board's gone too cold around the chip. It worked the first time I did it because of the fact that the board still had the heat in it. You see the difference when you add a little bit of heat? Should 0.01 be suitable as jumpers for basically anything on the motherboard? Mal, if it's signal based, then yeah, probably. If it's going to carry any power, any meaningful power, more than like 1 or 2, you know, more than 10 milliamps or so, you might want to knock up another notch. Okay, time to transpose those. What have we got? Oh, nice, you've been butchered. You're no good. How about you? You're not all that pretty yourself, but you're doable. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got all the big ones. Yeah, we'll do the bottom three first. Come on, melt. Thank you. I'm thinking with this keyboard it might be more economical for me to just buy a complete top deck keyboard deck rather than trying to replace it. Fortunately, they're starting to appear on the market at insane prices now rather than the old days where it was like $200-300. Okay, yeah, I know that's bodgy, but I'm not finished as such. Okay, we want these two. We can take these as a double here because we know that the big isn't going to fit where the small is and vice versa. So grabbing both at the same time, there's no harm. We'll just get some flux on them. Ah! Great, now I've got twice as much. Oh, there we go. Capacitor gymnastics. Alright, now we can start cleaning it up. Hey Barry West, been watching since the start. Appears to be a really screwed up in a soda flood. No, banana liquefied flood. So Barry, you would know me back from the days when I didn't even have a proper camera set up or anything. I was just using some old Fujitsu photo camera I had that I could do 19 minutes at a time with. That was always fun. Goodness knows how many videos I lost because of that thing. Because you'd be in the middle of a job and then you'd realise your 19 minutes, well, you'd forget your 19 minutes was about up. And so you'd carry on, and before you know it, you finish your job and then you realise that you hadn't reset the camera. And then the audio was another bit of drama as well, because you have to remember to separately record your audio. It was no fun at all. Makes you appreciate the convenience of having things like Open Broadcaster and all this setup that I have now. That said, I still am looking forward to improving on it yet more. Hey Mark, customer came in and missed a lot of the stream. Ah, okay. Last time I looked at the stream was cleaning a. Oh yeah, that was just a temporary thing while I was waiting for this board to come out of the oven. Because I wanted it to dry before I obviously did anything more with it. There was just too much banana smoothie on this thing. Well, not banana smoothie, banana puree. Okay. I thought you had a 10-minute camera. You mean a 10-minute tech camera? Ha ha ha. Okay, that's okay. We might be at the point now where we can risk plugging this in to see what happens. If it turns into a delicious loaf of banana cake, then I guess we'll call that a win as well. Although I do worry the lead levels might be a little high. I think we've got a reasonable chance of it firing up. Well, firing up could mean many different states of running, catching on fire, melting down. I'm just seeing if there's anything obvious I've missed while I'm got the opportunity before I go run screaming. Hey, they melted the connector. What the heck? Come on, don't do that. Ah. Goodness knows what they're even doing to get that to melt. I know it wasn't me. At least the connector should still fit in okay. Alrighty, here we go. But looks like a leader's in the... Alita, you can't go and organise a mob riot against me to make me do things like your covers for you. I mean, I'll do it in, like, 6 months or so. Standard husband terms. Well, we don't have a heatsink on, but we'll still plug the power in and see what happens. Oops, better not. My iPhone battery octopus could have gone up in flames because I ran it off the same connection that I run the MacBooks off, and I was about to get 18 volts pushed through it. Actually, I know for a fact that they don't go up in flames, they just blow out their... they've got a poly fuse in them and it just gets upset, that's all. Okay, so voltage alive. Oh, Mark, what's that? I did ask before, you probably missed your answer again. Your parcel I was talking about a few days left. Me and... on Friday. Oh, cool. That'd be good, Mark. Might be able to put that in together with the multimeter that I'm expecting to arrive as well. Hey, Greg M. Yeah, I'm not related to Paul S. one bit. We don't even look the same. Ooh, no good. Momentarily... nothing. We had power for a split second then, and then nothing. Okay, let's see what voltages we got. Looks like this one's going to be a fun one, folks. Oh boy. The glasses. What, 5.5? Is that? That's not right. Oh, no. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Don't mind me, I'm just looking at schematics and board views right now. Yeah, let's see if we even get 342. Interesting, it's stuck on 20 milliamps. .340, that's close enough to 342. Okay. About a G3 hot. Let's forget this is a big fuse down here. $12.57, so theoretically SMC is supposed to be running. Okay, what about a sys1 wire then? Jim's there, chatting away. Leader, don't worry if you miss anybody, believe me. They're used to me missing them 10 times out of 11. Some people get very irate over it, but it's quite a trick to keeping the conversation, keeping up with things. It's nothing personal to anyone. It's just difficult, that's all. Okay, where's my sys1 wire? Let us hope that it is not the SMC. No mood to deal with that. 7,000. Okay, there's our sys1 wire up there. .4. Okay, so we've got sys1 wire, we've got SMC. What's going on then? So we've got adapter selected. I have no idea what happened then. YouTube decided that it wasn't worth me talking to you all. I wonder if I've got maybe... I wonder if I've got maybe a bad MagSafe here. Or maybe something's been done there that's not right. No. Okay, I just realised I'm not using their original one. I figure they're the same. Anyway. And we know it's not the USB port at fault directly because we're not even drawing any power. Yeah, it just pops up for a... Oh, there we go. I might have had a bad MagSafe all along. Yeah, that's booting. I think we had a bad MagSafe. Glad I didn't get suckered into that rabbit hole. Down into the madness. Spend 3/4 of an hour chasing my own tail, only to find that it was the MagSafe. YouTube could be stuttering because I've got it on the low latency, so it's expecting a lot more from me. Or it could just be that everybody's back under COVID-19 quarantine and they're all watching Netflix. And thanks to the fact that Australia got done over because of the politicians not giving us the proper network that we needed, because you've got enough to do with the demands that you have today, rather than thinking we might need more internet tomorrow. And now look what we're dealing with. My channel, my live stream is being interrupted because of their incompetence. They're money scamming bastards. I'll tell you what, if I ever met Malcolm Turnbull or Murdoch, I don't think I'd be very friendly at all. I mean, I don't think we're going to get proper fibre to the fibre to the house probably for at least 50 years, and that's pointless for me now. I'm not going to care about the internet by then. I'm going to be caring about where my teeth are. Then again, the teeth might have locality chips embedded into it, and they'll need the internet to find out where they are. Your teeth are in your backside, biting you. Tom George, you have fibre to the house. Oh, I hate you, Tom. No, I don't really. I'm envious of you. I don't hate you. We do have fibre to the node here. So push come to shove, I could always drop a few grand and get fibre to the house. And at least I know if I pay for that fibre to the house, I know that a neighbour will then be able to get it for cheaper, and I won't cry about it. I saw a story in the newspaper the other day, and some big software guy, he paid like $10,000. Okay, this is a 4924. That thing is not going to spin for a little while. He paid a good amount of money to get fibre to his house, and then a little while later one of the neighbours also got fibre to their house at a substantially cheaper cost because he'd already paid for the trenching and the run. And he's all up in arms. He's like, oh, they're getting it cheaper, it's not fair. And it's like, seriously, you knew that you wanted to get fibre, you knew that it was going to cost you that much, you were happy to pay that much to get the service in the first place. And you're a tech person, and you're crying, you're crying ignorant over the, well, not ignorant, it's not the right word. Anyway, you're crying over the fact that someone else is now getting it cheaper. I mean, you knew that was going to happen. Don't tell the world you didn't. It's just, these sob stories you see, it just drives me up the wall. So basically, it's more like, personally, when I looked at the article, it felt like the guy was upset the fact that he lost his exclusivity. As in, I'm the guy with the fibre to the house. No, you people have just got fibre to the node. I'm the special one here. And then, neighbour comes along and gets it, and he's no longer special anymore. So, being special is something that a lot of people seem to hold on to. It's like, I'm unique. But, he's not so unique anymore. Now he just seems like a whinger. Hey, warrant stamps. It looks like Alita's being harassed by people to find out things that she will not reveal to them. Hey, Jim, you got a fibre upgrade to under 10,000. See, what's the distance from the fire station to the node? There. Special. Yeah, good on you, JV. That's... Oh, there we go. There's our fan spin. See? Told you it'd come up. Alright, so that's booting. Let's now put it back into the banana chassis and see if we can get it to boot. See if it comes up an apple, or see whether the logo is banana. It'd be interesting if it does come up banana. Banana, banana, banana. I wonder how many people actually know that little snippet there. How you like them bananas, eh? Oops, I put my chair over a donor board. It's a tragedy. This is disgusting. Yeah, I shouldn't be worried about the flux on this one. This one is actually dirtier than my board. I feel like I'm violating the board. This is definitely going to be a work and a half. Come on. Come on. So this is a new thing that we're all doing now. We're doing like couples live streams. So like you got Lewis and Erica, and now it's myself and Alita. What's it going to be? Tim and whoever Tim brings. Chris is doing it too. Chris and his wife. It's just a thing, isn't it? Become a tech, become a YouTuber, invite your spouse, your partner, your loved one, your significant other, or whatever you wish to call them. Okay, let's plug a keyboard in. I reckon the keyboard will probably, if it does boot to an OS, it will probably start typing out a Gwen Stefani song probably. Pedro, you gonna do one for your cat? That's always a winner. Can't go wrong with cats. Unless it's 4:30 in the morning, you're sleeping peacefully, and they decide that your toes look like very interesting little doodads to stick their claws into. Yeah, that's always fun. Okay. Right, we don't have an SSD on this one, so I'm going to put one of mine in. Let's see. High Sierra, that should do it. That'll be fine. My missus refuses to allow me to include her on my YouTube videos. Well, why is that, JV? Is she ashamed of you? Or does she prefer to have her privacy and not be harassed by hundreds of desperate nerdy geeks? I could understand that. Alright, here we go. Power up. Let's turn off that overhead. Hey, John here, Lookhart. You got anything coming up yet? Is the screen being ruined? We haven't even had a bong yet. Then again, that's not... No, I do have a speaker connected. Oh, well, looks like an apple it is. No bananas today. It's the only time we get some... why no... You should have asked his neighbour for a $100 cut to the cost of running. Oh, that's exactly it, Barry. You know, a bit of forethought could have saved him his anguish. But like I said, I'm pretty sure his driving thing was he wanted to have the exclusivity of saying that he had the best internet in the street. It just seemed to, when I was reading the article and the comments and saw the picture, I decided to put my personal prejudices... I can't even speak now. My personal experience into play and decided that, yep, that looks like a person who likes to have their own special toys and doesn't want other people having them. Okay, we've got banana damage down here though. I don't know if you can. You can't quite see it. I can't make it scan that. But just in this section here, we have got banana goo. Banana goo. That sounds like a yogurt. Let's see if Valley will run. Let's see, control. Okay, that finally started up. Yeah, definitely not April Fool's. Legitimately happened. Okay, let's see if this runs. It was probably a good idea they sent it to me, given that I'm a Queenslander. And, yeah, we're supposedly experts with bananas, being known as the banana benders. Yummy steak. Yeah, I'll give that a shot once I've... Get out of here, you. I'm just kind of curious to see how the frames per second is going to go. It's probably going to be complete crap because it doesn't have the battery connected, so we're going to get back to that anyway. Yeah, it's running complete crap because the battery is disconnected. So let's kill that. Let's try again with the battery connected. Obviously I wanted to make sure it come up first before I connect a power source that I can't immediately, just pull out like I can with the MagSafe. You plug a battery in, you're getting committed there. There's no sudden pullouts on that one. What else was I planning on? Might as well slip the camera in. No harm with that one. Doesn't need the daughter board for the camera. Let's see. Battery. There we go again. Better to clean first. Well, let's see how this goes. Probably needs a PRAM reset as well. I don't know. I am worried about this battery though. It looks like it's a replacement, but it has got points of contact in it. Damage. I'm not sure why it's taken a long time to boot up off the SSD. It may be because it may be that the original was an APFS and this is an HFS, so it's probably looking for what it believes should be the drive to boot. It can't find it, so then it falls back to this. That's my guess. Greg M, no, it was a molten banana, as in a banana in a backpack that just got left there and oozed all over the laptop. We do have battery. We are showing charging. And the current's picking up. We're pushing up to 2 amps. So that's a pretty good sign. Wi-Fi we don't have because the daughter board's disconnected, so that's not a problem. So battery is not charged. Okay, yeah. Let's see. The condition is replaced now. Okay, that is a bit of a concern. I'm not sure if I've got this one. So shut down. What model are you? Why can't I see the model number on this? Get out of here, Buzz. Shoe fly, whatever you are. A1502. I'm pretty sure I got those. So which one of the dozen cups and resistors you placed was the culprit? Ah, all of them. Yeah, all of the above. 1582. It's nice having the proper batteries on hand. It's a bit awkward trying to fit it in like this, but at least it can be done. See if I can just flip this over on its face. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. So you'll get a bit of a view. Even turn off the microscope camera for you. How nice am I? I'm not the nicest guy on the internet. Yeah, mistake. I'm not sure what went on there. I mean, look at it now. It's 3.5 amps. It might have been that it was doing a test charge, and then when it consulted the battery said, "Don't charge me, man." I'm like, I'm not well enough. Because you're right, it was pushing up 2 amps or so, but it gave up. But this is holding steady 3.5, which means pretty close to flat. I'm always choking on a bug. That's pretty much every show in my life. You can see now that banana smudge. Okay, 58%. Yeah, so that's now, so the battery's cactus. Okay, see if we can get Valley running and get proper frame rates. Yeah, I can feel it's running much faster now. Mal and McKee, they want me to send them $1 each. Okay, so we're up to 30 frames per second, so that's pretty good. Do I have the keyboard program on this? And I don't have any sound. So speakers are dead too. I've only got one speaker connected, but I don't have any sound. So I'm guessing... Oh, wait, cancel? Oh yeah, there we go. I'm just deaf, apparently. If it's not on nearly full, then I can't hear it. Okay, we don't need any of that obnoxious noise. Okay, I'm after a terminal. I didn't press that. Alright, I don't have the testing stuff on this that I need, and it is 12:30 at night, so it actually is time for me to close up. We've fixed the machine. I will test this deck and see if any banana actually did do any damage in here, whether we're actually okay. The screen does have a bit of seepage, and that is behind the glass, unfortunately. I'm not sure how that's going to go over time. That may actually go blacker over time, but you know, that's a $500-600 screen. I don't think they're going to want to replace it just because of that for now. I'll also test the Wi-Fi. Yeah, everything will get tested. But in the meantime, at least, the board does run. It is charging the battery. They're pretty much the critical things, and it runs at proper performance, so it's a win. Yeah, it just means I got a heck of a lot of work to do to still get my money, but at least we're at a starting point. Yeah, let's see. That is a long time ago, Margarita. That's not a long time ago. Alright, okay, well, I'll catch us all later. Maybe tomorrow. Don't know. Depends what the postman brings. In the meantime, you'll take care. I'll see you later.